Hello everyone, this is the second part of Ayanokoji and the 48 Laws of Power video, and we are going to talk about how he uses them. If you haven't seen part 1, then I recommend watching it first. The link is in the description. Also, don't forget to leave a subscribe. Law number 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied on, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. Never teach them enough so that they can do without you. Ayanokoji is extremely good at this. He is a very capable person, and every time he gave his word to someone, he kept it until the end. Starting with Sakura, he told her that he would protect her, and that's exactly what he did when the stalker from her social media came to her. The same thing he did to Karuizawa Kei. He blackmailed her at first, and then he turned it into a win-win situation because he knew that making people do your work is more effective if they do it freely, by making it a win-win situation instead of just forcing. He also made Horikita depend on him. So if you want to do the same as Ayanokoji, then you have to become a capable person to make people depend on you. But you must never forget that, no matter how much of a capable person you are, you should never tell people enough. If you respect that, then you have nothing to fear because people will always depend on you. But if you don't, then their ego will increase and they will throw you. Law number 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit with an insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. Your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables, be deliberately unpredictable. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep them off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. Taken to an extreme, this strategy can intimidate and terrorize. Ayanokoji used this law to keep Ryuen in terror all the time. At first, Ryuen was afraid of Horikita, because Ayanokoji gave all credit to her by playing in the shadows. Every time Ryuen was about to make a move, he has to think twice about it, while focusing on the wrong target. After some time, when he realized that Horikita was nothing but a tool used by the mastermind, he got even angrier. No matter what he did, he couldn't find the mastermind, and he was also afraid of making any more progress because he knew that the mastermind wouldn't stay still. This pressure forced him into making a rush and worse decision to drag Ayanokoji out. But when Ayanokoji went to save Karuizawa, it all backfired for Ryuen. That's how powerful it is to keep people in terror by using unpredictable moves, not to mention if you hide in shadows and leave your enemy to attack the wrong target. Law number 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. No one likes feeling stupider than the next person. The trick, then, is to make your victims feel smart, and not just smart, but smarter than you are. Once convinced of this, they will never suspect that you may have ulterior motives. Ayanokoji has applied this since the first time we saw him in the series. He always played the dumb role, and it worked 99% of the time. People have the instinct to believe what they see, so if you act dumb, then they won't even think twice about it. You will be underestimated by everyone, and no one is going to suspect you. After being put in the shadows, then it will be way easier to make your moves. You can tear your enemy from inside without them even knowing it, and you can easily blame it on someone else since nobody will think you are smart enough. This very law is what allowed Ayanokoji to manipulate freely without any concern. The only thing you should be concerned about is showing what you are capable of by mistake. You should always have attention to the actions you take and don't make them obvious, otherwise, you will pay the price. On the other hand, make people feel superior and smarter than you are. Ayanokoji did that to Horikita, by pointing at the lack of security cameras and making her feel like it was her idea all along. In that scene not only he seemed dumb, but he gave all the credit and attention to Horikita and made her the focus. Law number 29. Plan all the way to the end. The ending is everything. Plan all the way to it, taking into account all the possible consequences, obstacles, and twists of fortune that might reverse your hard work and give the glory to others. By planning to the end you will not be overwhelmed by circumstances and you will know when to stop. Gently guide fortune and help determine the future by thinking far ahead. The ending is everything. You can win momentarily, but it doesn't change anything if you don't plan until the end. Even if your plans succeed, you should still have a plan for every possible possibility of how your plans will be if they go the other way around. Every single plan that Ayanokoji has made, has been thought through to the end. Even the smallest possibility of failing can happen sometimes, so he knows very well, that if he doesn't plan to the end and have a backup plan he could end up in big trouble. If you want to be a winning machine like Ayanokoji, then always plan to the end or it will end up in your downfall. Even if your plan fails and you lose, you should still have the plan to lose as less as possible. Law number 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness, a gap in the castle wall. That weakness is usually an insecurity, an uncontrollable emotion or need. It can also be a small secret pleasure. Either way, once joined, it is a thumbscrew you can turn to your advantage. Everyone has a weakness. There is not a single person who has no weakness. It could be their tempers like Sudo, a trauma in the past like Karuizawa's, Ichino's overnice personality, or Ryuan's violence. Everything a human does shows their weakness unintentionally, so Ayanokoji, being a master at reading people, can understand that very well. But to understand people's weaknesses you need to observe, and that is the number one thing that you should know. Ayanokoji knows it very well since when he first appeared he always was observing. Ayanokoji never took a single action recklessly. That is the biggest mistake you could do. You should always observe, and learn people's weaknesses, and after you have enough information take action and execute your plan. If you want me to make a third part of this video, then give this video 500 likes and also leave a comment. By the way, do you want to learn more about power, and use it to level up in life? Hello everyone, this is the second part of Ayanokoji and the 48 Laws of Power video, and we are going to talk about how he